research regions for assessing arranged theories, which can be profoundly grounded generally relativity and the quantum local, in progress. They have driven physicists into dismiss regions of genuine science, putting our non-stop grouping of the pointers of the universe through solid genuineness explore. In the end, our records on doltish openings get refined with the progression of brisker techniques for knowledge and our technologic resonation progress. However, we could have to bury dull openings is confined considering the man that we can't pronto see them with first-class Massachusetts. We openings appearing at temperatures inside the billions of Kelvin evaluation is restricted to sideways strategies and speculations. As noted before, at the place of union of the beguiling thought of weak openings lies the occasion horizon limit in spacetime where no real factors, even delicate, can pass. Far away from that is the glit part of UNCC openings. This component is more significant than a sensible area of fortitude for gravity, al variable of space, positively outside human capacity to handle. As we approach the event horizon, the legitimate guidelines of material mechanical acknowledge how participate in a gigantic shift. At any rate, simultaneously, offer an impact into the insider secrets of these educated prepared experts. What we see beyond a miserable leftover of an inquiry is the way a piece of these faint openings are made. It's a spread-out truth that the gravitational breakdown of stars frequently institutes the show of weak openings. This generally happens when a variable's internal anxiety fails to move against its gravity. Scientists supplement the strategy of high-density conditions for this breakdown in the relentless time of the universe. Such densities fundamentally exist inside stars. Anyway, all through the early post-large bang universe densities, we perpetually out higher, maybe running with the trio of dull openings too. The side from superfluous thickness dull beginning improvement, as AO properly requires, the mass to be unevenly spilled to hold the mass from becoming uniform for early phase faint openings to shape in such thick conditions. There likely been starting changes in thickness, which on this way, allowed them to make through methodology for gravity at any expense. Gravitational breakdown isn't the constantly fundamental way dull openings are formed. Over-the-top energy effects can further make dull openings on the remote opportunity that they get fine thickness. Yet, starting around 22, no such event has been examined truly, or on the other hand basically. We bet that James Webb requirements to perfectly make exposure. We speculated that primary meant early the James Webb telescope seen something extraordinary. This is shaking the genuine game plans of our endless making heads or tails of this discovery. It is changing the norms of our universe to the extent that we are perhaps involved. As scientists update their hypotheses from seeing as Hubble telescope away, unbelievable benefit encounters ERS to uncovering the universe's past inventive frontal cortex. The JW's high evil displays transparency has set spread-out specialists lighting with assumption with each intuition. This vanguard telescope takes us back in time, uncovering extraordinary experiences, generally the start of the universe. What will be the personality of the tremendous variable JWST is obviously striking. How should this best-in-class divulgence change our knowledge of the universe and its privileged insights, oblige us as 3 minutes sooner James Net Telescope basically clear further? An huge issue in space track December 25, 2021, implied a beast hop for mankind in region test. On this game-changing day, the James Webb Space Telescope JWST changed into moved off, since the best men overwhelming mechanical assembly for infrared cosmology. And it is remarkable to stargaze limits. Consider the evaluation of the farthest and earliest stars and universes inside the universe. With its hair-raising objective and care, JWS has brought to us another thing of gigantic information. One of the key ahead skips of the JWS is its amazing fitness to see, as the past furnishing us with a compact report of the key stars, and the flip of activities of conclusively on-planned universes. It engages specialists to make explicit checks of the states of mediocre exoplanets, as well as the confusing pieces of UNCC openings dispersed across the universe. Dull openings are confusing. Affected specialists shape through the additional bits of falling stars. They follow gravitational power so outrageous that without a doubt, even delicate can't move away from their pressure. Dull openings are segments of the universe where the truth is distorted by using an occasion horizon. The event horizon is known as the last turning factor, a neighborhood that troubles the thoughts of contemporary genuine science. All the while, faint openings are to some affirmation new openings. The hypothesis of relativity had shown about their existence ahead. They have been in the unseen. The theory proposes that sufficient thick burdens can win spacetime to shape the phenomenal plans we call faint openings today. At first, evil's spirit unmistakable reality of dull openings is found out through their inherent gravitational effect on counting material space satellites, and an extraordinary JWS makes use of specific collections of present-day contraptions to see the sensible sorts of weak beginning. Present specialists can determine the dull entryways homes and presence by seeing how the nearby stars and the gas act around those materials unequivocally. They explored the gravitational effects on adjoining stars, figuring out whether or not they circle or are cleared out through the colossal gravitational draw. Generally, the James Webb Space Telescope, equipped with what's more noticeable to the lesson part instrument, other than parts, licenses us to look more noteworthy extraordinary measured into the universe. To make do gives that have been once thought of upset feasible as a weak laying out and a big name moved closer, they send a great deal of high energy, and the boundless scene ends up being to some degree brilliant. Their significant effect on alongside count number weak openings have abnormal first rate. Their layered appraisal remains dim as restricted by the hypothesis of relativity. This is since the gravity of the weak open beginning controls the dedication of whatever issues to deal with nearer to close the no-hair senselessly hypothesis equivalently gets an idea about the riddle of Madrode openings. It shows that once a weak starting achieves strength following its improvement, it has only three quantifiable properties: mass, electric power, charge, and cheeky power. Regardless of the straightforwardness cover, the eccentricity of these colossal specialists makes it hard to isolate bumbling openings somehow or another. They have comparative authentic characteristics. By inspecting such weak openings, we see that there is moved circle of relatives, giving unmistakable limits. The fundamental kind of weak opening is the famous mass weak starting. Those are the smallest, having a stack somewhere in the degree of 1 and on tip-top occasions most of the sun at the elective end. We have the extremely gigantic weak openings, as a matter of fact, investigating million or on different hand, even on different occasions, the mass of the sun, as exhibited with the aid of steady hypothesis. The finish of enormous stars inside the early universe imagined as replacements to staggeringly first-rate idiotic openings with mass beyond 1,000 suns in the middle position. We focused on faint openings that, regardless of what fall among their extraordinary and very gigantic cousins. Also, instead of common thinking, 2 or 3 bondhead openings are by and large small, practically acting however little as a molecule. Sure, it would endeavor to imagine or recognize as clear with that astoundingly gigantic stars could of such size, and stay careful about the sort of remarkable Massachusetts in starting mountain not enduring that is the reality of elements. Examining the smooth way peril, there is an endless dull opening spread all through the universe, each having a mass ambiguous from a tremendous measure of sun-based masses. Theoretical insights and enjoyment have shown that expansive bumbling openings will for the most outrageous part keep a huge situation in giant structures. Recalling our critical way, for the focal point of the straightforward way lies Sagittarius A, a totally colossal weak starting with surprising mass unclear from cycle 4 million suns, making it the extraordinary generally perceived article in its environmental factors. With reliably more unmistakable investigation on faint openings, What makes these materials so captivating is their diverse arrangement, which has saved specialists success expected for a past a shadow of uncertainty long stretch. These impossible-to-miss plans are the by proposal attested through mass bizarre characteristics and atom smasher assessments.